What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We are here for Married to Medicine, our medicine girls and guys. We have on the screen Sammy. Welcome back to the lean, Sammy. It's been a while.
Hey everybody.
Yeah, Sammy was here for one of the leans for Potomac. You know that crazy
Oh
season
man,
that we just got over. Child, he was Team Candace. So I thought, I'm sorry, no, sorry, he was Team
Monique.
Monique. My bad. I
Yeah.
said he was Team Monique. But he is going to be here on the panel for Married to Medicine, along with Antonio from last week and Chase from 2 weeks ago. So it's gonna be a fun season. It's only episode 3, and like always, Married to Medicine, they always deliver. I'm just gonna say that they really ever disappoints. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all things lean. I know y'all are watching. If you watching right now, just go down and click the damn subscribe button. Like, it ain't that hard. And like and comment. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into it. Last week's episode, what happened last episode, child? I don't even know what happened. But in this week's episode, in my notes, I wanted to give like a quick little shout out to just production on how they really are broadcasting this whole COVID coverage, because like I said, it's
Mm-hmm.
important, and they're doing it so well in so many different ways that, with not even just COVID, but also with the Black Lives Matter and all the issues from last year, all the injustice. And so, like, I'm just happy to see. I like how last week I think I talked about how the husband and wives, when they were coming home, they would take off their clothes like in the garage. That's real. But in this episode, they showed them leaving work at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just
More.
after some crazy nights. And I really like that. Like, it's real. Like, I have a lot of friends in the medical field, nurses, doctors, and during that time, especially at the peak of COVID, it was a lot going on. Did you have any thoughts on that?
It was actually shocking to me to hear so many of them say how they were actually scared, like
Yeah.
still fearful that they would catch it, still having to
Mm-hmm.
treat the patients. But
Mm-hmm.
like Eugene said, be praying, like, please don't let me catch it though, because he still got to go home to his family. Being that they're doctors, I kind of didn't really get that they still
Yeah.
have their fear as well.
Yeah.
In my mind, like they're used to this, they know this is what they have to do. But to actually hear them say dealing with it is scary. It was like, okay, so COVID, it's like really a real thing. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so that was kind of like, okay, it was mind boggling a little bit
I just
for
think
me.
because it was the unknown at this time. Like when
Yeah,
COVID was going on, people die all the time from all type of stuff. They nurse, they doctors, they know. But this disease, this virus that nobody knows how to cure, it's just nothing you can do but pray that you get a ventilator or it passes over. So that's probably why. And not only that, they were scared for, like I said, the other, like you said, themselves. Eugene was just like, he was this close to a patient. Um, First of all,
then they run
ew.
it on they run it on like their personal protective equipment. So you going to
Yeah,
work and may not have.
they had all they had was double mask and like little trash like that. They was a lot of improvising. They were doing the best they could. So I applaud Bravo. And like I said, I don't know why I expect anything differently for this show, because they are the medicine experts. So
Yeah.
why not them? Why would they not showcase it in like the best light? Um, Adding to that, I like how they tied in the situation with the girl Miracle, who was peacefully protesting, right? And she got punched in
Yeah.
the face or whatever, and Heavenly did her teeth. Heavenly is really promoting that business. Now, I will say, of all seasons, I ain't never seen much going on at that practice. Not saying nothing happens, but this season she is really showcasing like her client. She had fucking Geneva. She had the girl here.
Mhm.
So go ahead, Heavenly Girl, promote that business, because they be saying don't nobody be going up in there, but it seems like people going up in there.
Yeah, I'm here for Heavenly. She's one of my favorites. So
Right, likewise, likewise. Okay, I agree. And then Contessa and her practice, of course, she has it. Her and her husband opened it together, and I think last week, Antonio, we were talking about this, how we were a little confused on how they did this with their issues kind of like blew over. There was no real resolution. But in this scene with Jackie, she basically saying like they were going to counseling and they just stopped. So like, what's your thoughts on Contessa and her husband Scott? Because I know like Chase don't like Contessa. Antonio, I think we both agreed that we like her. She's giving some great moments. Like, I don't dislike her. She do be wrong sometimes, but I think most times like she's made her mark. She has earned her spot. I will say that. Your thoughts?
well, for me, Contessa, I enjoy Contessa. I
Okay.
love her on the show. she's one of my favorites as well. Her,
Yeah.
Heavenly, and Quad. As far as their marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I hope it. I hope that the show doesn't ruin it, but I am confused as to why they stopped counseling and then still felt it was okay to start like a business together.
That's true.
If y'all marriage is already shaky, and then you're gonna throw business in the mix with it,
Yeah.
that probably is why they're gonna start having some issues that we're gonna see. I'm with Jackie though. Y'all both need to get back into counseling.
Yeah.
I'm on that.
She.
Even if you just do it individually,
Yeah. Well,
but
that's what she was saying. That's what Jackie was like. Well, then you should go. Like she, I think she said like just go by
yeah,
herself. I think that was important because they had a lot of issues last season when she was going to school, and I just feel like with them, like the support level, like I don't really. They seem like a couple. Let's say if they were a couple that has been married for like 25, 30 years, I could see. Okay, I ain't saying they don't love each other, but I think like maybe they love had their little candle, that little light has kind of like do them down, child. But
yeah,
they don't have a lot of chemistry in their marriage, and I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like most couples, you can see like even with Eugene and Toya, he love that damn woman. He gotta be he work all goddamn day for her. Okay, I mean you can tell like when Simone and her husband, he may have did his stuff, but he loved her. Dad, we know Daddy love having the child. But I just, but with them two, it's very hard to see that their dynamic. Like they don't have a my idea of marriage. It just seems like they just roommates and got some kids, and we both in the medical
yeah.
field. It just seems weird, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think after she did that whole thing with school last year,
Mm-hmm.
he probably still had some type of resentment there. It's
Mm.
starting to feel like because when they first came on the show, they were like intact. It felt
Were
like
they?
you could to me
Well, she
you
was
could feel
new.
like
She was new. I feel like they had to showcase her more. They wanted to make it,
that could be it. But now that they're comfortable in front of the cameras,
yeah,
and then they have going on in the home,
yeah.
like they have what is that? Her niece or his niece? They're watching the kids or something.
Right. She could have been there watching damn kids in
That's
last
I
season.
feel like they probably aren't even home enough for one another to even try to bond or build anything. So all that working, and now they're gonna do a business. I don't know. I would have paused on the business.
I would have definitely paused, especially because we know they head into some issues anyway. Apparently, he may be cheating or something like that. Maybe not. I don't know, but we gonna see.
We gonna see.
What's that? Right. Toya. Well, no, Anila, new girl. Right. I want to talk about her a little bit because for two, well, now just her family, her and her family, not the situation that the I didn't got what's it called, the Rocky. Is that
The
right?
Rocky,
The
the
Rocky.
Rocky.
But her family comes in town, and her husband, he is interesting. He is it's something about people that are so sarcastic. He has a very sarcastic humor, and I could just tell like how he came in and he was talking to the mom. Their relationship seems weird. Like she seems like she just be oh la 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 la. He just be like girl, I really don't like you like that. But yeah,
Yeah, he gives me oh her family here again. I'm annoyed. Like
it,
he found every little thing. It's food in there. It's what's this on the counter? I can't put my shoes nowhere. I don't think he liked when her family coming to town. That's what I'm getting from that little scene that we saw tonight.
but you know what? Also,
Real,
I think it just comes with him. Like for example, when you get off work, you come home you want to come home to your peace and quiet. You don't want to come home to
that
all this stuff right there. Like you want to come home and be like, "Oh, I can just see folks all in your house." It's like,
and then they're real like the mom, like they're really energetic. So I get it too, especially being a doctor with all this
yes,
going on, and then you come home and all this
yeah,
playing in the house. So that could be it too.
yeah.
But I feel like she may always be energetic, and he may always just be over it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
getting.
will say like Indian people. Like I've worked with Indians for like all of my career,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are naturally just fun, high energy people. In the morning when I come into work, and I'm like, "Ooh, let me sit down." They want to talk, ask questions. I'm like, you know, let's back up a little bit. So I think naturally that's just their culture. That's they naturally. You really won't find too many miserable Indians. They're just naturally nice people, or not even nice, just energetic. Because somebody made that nice. But yeah,
Like husband, he seemed like he
but they
ain't that
seem
nice.
so. They both are Indian, him and Anila, but they
Mhm.
are so much more Indian American culture, obviously, to where if I didn't look at them, if I would just listen, I wouldn't think they were Indian. they seem very much so within our culture. They because they've been here long enough. I think she said that her and her sister grew up in American schools, so they used to
Mm.
stuff like that. So that makes sense. I wonder how was that, with her mom and stuff like that. Did you get any other thoughts on her mom? Her mom was like, "I want some Botox. Like, don't you do facial surgery? Like, when you gonna do mine?"
I think I think I'm gonna like the mom. She seems like she's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
She ain't up like Mama Lucy, but just happy. Like they bought
Mama
a whole
Lucy,
new.
Mariah, Mama.
Yeah, yeah, but like I have, like she gonna be involved. That's what I'm like.
Oh
She gonna be
yeah.
involved. Yeah,
It's funny
she
that
gonna
you
have.
say that. It's funny that you say that because you know that Mariah's little lawsuit is about the whole them not showing her husband's culture
Yeah,
and other family side, and now they have given us culture and said, "Huh, eat this shit." Like
in one episode. Yeah, in one whole
in one
episode,
eye,
they
they
that little
threw it
lawsuit.
all, baby, everything. I mean, they were talking about her bloodline to a whole event at the Bombay Indian cuisine. I mean, I was just like, I don't know if this is helping their case. I don't really know where they are, where they are in the lawsuit. But I'm just like, I know Mariah is at home, like, bitch.
Side eye Bravo, hell out of Bravo. But I mean, they played it. They played their card well with that little with Anila. I like
Yeah,
her though. I like her. I think she's gonna be good for the show. I
I like
think.
her a little bit. I don't know if she's gonna be able to keep up. She gonna be able to keep up with Simone's loudness and Heavenly's loudness. And honestly, her and Toya is terrible with friends.
Hmm.
She brought in contestants. Look at them. And it looks like if you were online the last few days, they were
I was just for this.
who was hanging together. It was Anila,
It
Heavenly,
was
Contessa,
Quad
Quad, and
and
Jackie.
Jackie.
So you already
Hmm.
know that
Exactly.
Simone, Toya, and who else? Is that it?
That's it.
Simone and Toya,
Simone.
and they on their own little side. Um, I don't like that for Simone, but Toya is just like, girl, like clearly it's you. You have to be an issue
It's
because you didn't brought all these girls on and you didn't fall out with all these girls. It's like, what is going on with you?
tequila. She got to stop her drinking because she turns up. I
She don't
think
know how. Yeah. Let's talk about something else she don't know how to do other than stop drinking. She also don't know how to be a housewife. Now, clearly, we know she ain't worked in a long time. Her husband works and works like Quad said until he gets to an early grave. I don't want him to pass away, but we talked about this last week. Antonio, he's like he just be so tired. I know he be tired, and so in this scene with her kids, I like that they showing her more with the kids. Obviously, during the pandemic, the schools were not going to school; they had to stay at home, a lot of at home learning. But she seemed to have an issue with it because she was just like, I gotta plan my whole day for this, and I'm just like, first of all, these your kids. You don't do shit else. You supposed to cook. To me, it's not like she was complaining. Like she would rather be playing tennis or buying a Coach bag or whatever bag than to be at home to make sure that her kids. Cause she was just like, I feel like they getting behind. They getting behind cause you saying
because
4 to 5 childs. That's why they getting behind. Cause you are not that smart yourself.
it's also funny because you think about like in previous seasons, her one of her biggest arguments was being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And now that she actually has the job, she don't have the
That's
first damn
very
clue.
true. She's
Clue.
always, and I would say she's got, she don't, it's not even a read anymore. Like they can always say, Tori don't do shit because she don't do shit. But
Mhm.
now that she can actually do some shit, she don't want to do it.
She
She
she's
ain't.
fussing.
And it's like,
So
I mean, that's one thing, but it's also a pandemic. Like I said, there's not a lot. Well, she does in Atlanta. There's plenty to do. We know that, but it's just like I don't like, girl, stop it. You need to make sure these kids are good. Like, stop it. That man is working, doing all this stuff, all these years. A year will not kill you of being with these kids. I'm sorry.
she want her free time. She want to be with Anila down on the golf court. She want to do all that shopping. She don't want to have to be mom during school hours. She damn sure don't want to be the teacher.
Well,
She damn
this is
teacher.
a stay at home wife. So I'm glad she finally knows. She been basically, I guess she been committing fraud for the last few years in terms of thinking that she was a stay at home wife. Because now this is a stay at home wife. This is what they
Well,
do.
she was cooking and cleaning. She thought that's all there was to do. She would cook.
I don't think she really cooked like that. I think one of the seasons where she was like struggling with cooking or something like that. I don't know.
Toya, I
I
thought
think
Toya
so.
was
Is she a
probably.
cook?
I don't know. She was cleaning and tucking the kids in, so she thought that those were her stay-at-home duties. So for
Oh,
her, that was checking off the list.
yeah.
Now she got some real duties, and her head spinning.
Right.
But when she did say we got 4 or 5 jobs, it was like, okay, this is why you frustrated because you don't know what's going on with this homework they got you trying to teach. You over
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
confused.
It's just like when you was a kid, your mom was like, "What's 1 plus 1?" You like, what's 1 plus 1?" But she probably like that with them kids. Them kids, even the kids was like, "Mama, it's 4 and 5. It's 4 or 5 children." They was like, "She's not that bright."
She's not.
I love Toya though. I do enjoy her in time. I do think she has been on edge this season, which you're gonna talk about that too. In the next scene, it was Quad and Heavenly, and let me just say
Heavenly.
I love the dynamic over there because they was throwing so much shade at each other. That the fact, and it wasn't like messy. It was fun shade. She was just like, yeah, I'm just I want to do what you was doing before you got married. She was like, what you mean, girl? I ain't did nothing. She said, you didn't look me up. I did look you up.
Yeah,
like
it was even in the confessionals, the shade they threw at each other in the confessionals about the clothes.
about Heavenly's closet. I don't know why they want for these fashions.
Yeah, we know what she said. I'm not saying a dentist can't dress, but
Just,
this one can't dress. Yeah, they
Quad can read. Quad knows how to read. I will say that. Like, I'm glad. I'm not glad she's gone, but she honestly was no longer a fit for this show, in my opinion. In terms of, because she wasn't married to medicine, she was just there. So if you want to keep it true to the show and what the show is about, she should
yeah.
be gone. As a friend, come on in, girl. You're a fun girl. But
And I can't agree with that. But when they showed her last week on the preview that she was going to be on this week, the
people was
little
excited.
piece they showed her, okay, I miss Quad. So I was glad to see her tonight. I was
That's
really glad to see her. That little scene she gave
Well,
was
she gonna be
everything for
around
me.
more. She comes around more with and they gave her a confessional, so obviously they value Quad. I just think she needed a boyfriend, a husband. She needed some kind of tie to medicine. Maybe she gonna get the vaccine or something. She can be. She ain't married to medicine. I'm tied to medicine for the vaccine. I don't know. I just feel like that's what was missing for her. She needed some kind of tie to it, and she just did. After Doctor, what was his name? Doctor, with the little voice and the little PT Cruiser. Was it PT
Greg,
Cruiser? You gotta call
it
his
was
name.
great. You husband?
Yeah. Greg. I can't think of his name. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I was good to see her, but of course they are talking and Heavenly, baby. I feel like she had that phone sitting right there. She had that little video sitting right on that thing, and she was just like, "How you and Toya? Y'all good?" Now she obviously is not really feeling Toya right now because Toya just been coming at her, whatever. And so
She said she
she's, huh?
she said Toya was real mean lately. That's what she told Quad. She's mean.
Yeah, she does seem a little on edge, but she was just like, "Y'all doing good?" She's like, "Yeah, we doing good." Oh, really? What you seeing this right here? And I mean, within seconds, Quad didn't even try to fact check. She didn't try to be like, "Let me see. Are Toya? What's this about?" She just went right into this. She paid $100 for the pool, big borrowed and stole. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm tired of hearing that damn big borrowed and stole. I don't think Quad is a liar. I think she just exaggerates a lot. But not saying it's not true. What were your thoughts?
So for me, I remember when that live was done, and for her to tell, she told Quad it was done months ago. I don't believe that Quad was just now seeing that video for the first time,
I
and the
agree.
fact that as
There's
soon as
no way.
she started spitting out all that stuff,
Yeah, there's no way. You
they knew that was
people
that was
when they
a
when right exactly when
yeah.
stuff like that come out, those girls know. We see it. If we see it, I know they see it. They ain't blind to the bullshit.
And I feel like that live, that little video
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly showed her
Mm-hmm.
upset her, which is why she wanted Heavenly to show her on camera so she could blast Toya the way she did.
Exactly.
Because I don't.
It was definitely very staged, and I love Heavenly. I mean
No,
you got huh? No
she went straight.
time. Now, do you think it's true?
I do believe it though. I
You know
do
what?
believe it.
This is, and you know what? It's not even hard. It's not even a hard thing to believe because everybody knows that Toya lives above her means.
He's
Now,
bad with money.
she's bad with money, and he can work all he want, but clearly all that working he's always done got them. They still was in debt for that period of time, so he obviously ain't that good with money either. I feel like the money going straight from the direct deposit to her.
Yeah. You think she control the finances?
I think she controlled everything in the house except for the math classes for them kids. Everything else, I think she does because it don't
Yeah.
that wouldn't have happened as a she's not good with money, but they're married, they're a union, so shouldn't be no reason why they
Hmm.
got like that in the past. So with that means that he don't care. He obviously ain't paying attention to what she's doing, which is something he needs to be doing because she's doing a lot of reckless stuff. But just like we know she bad with money, just like Simone said seasons and seasons ago, with your raggedy broke ass, leasing cars and leasing houses. That has been true for Toya throughout the entire thing.
The fact that they were house hopping throughout the season, that's what makes what Quad said really believable. Because if you remember when they were building that house,
Yeah,
Toya was dead set on getting the things that she wanted, regardless
yeah.
of how she. So I definitely believe she took out a personal loan to get the pool.
First long at the pool. I remember reading there's an article. I guess maybe later in the season, she actually put her house in the market. Um,
I
so
and Heaven actually got on Twitter and confirmed that it was true.
yeah, so maybe
So
that's later. So I don't know, Toya. She doing a lot of stuff. It's crazy that she basically proven Contessa right, like about her finances, because it's like, girl, you at some point, y'all, you gotta stop. Like she's not making good decisions. He's letting her do whatever, and it's killing them both.
that's the part that gets me. Like, I get that that's your wife and y'all a unit, but you ain't got no say so, Eugene. This is your money the girl's spending. Like, you ain't got no say so.
Lisa Nicole said, "I'm not Eugene. You don't run me, bitch." Okay, so she runs him, and it's
I mean,
sad
that
because
could give
he's
Lisa
such a
that.
great guy. He supports her. He keeps her level. Like she listens to him in certain situations, but
See,
for the most
exactly.
part, she just runs over him.
I don't know, but I want to know what's going on with that house now that's on the market because she was hell bent on that house and to just give it away like that.
Well,
What's going on?
two-story closet. They heavily went and got 3 stories.
What quad call it? The messy mezzanine.
I don't
Talking
know.
about her quad. Yeah, she was
I
talking
ain't
about
even
heavenly
see it.
closet.
Oh, I ain't hear that. She was taking me out to buy some got dead on dead. That's my song first, Rex on Rex. I was like, come on, dead on dead on dead. She's so Tennessee. She's from Memphis. She's my hometown, so
Hmm.
I know she know how to get a little gutter with it. But the scene with them two, like I enjoyed it. It was good. I ain't never seen Heavenly be that messy, that intentionally messy, but she was enjoying it.
You don't think so?
I've seen her be messy, but like to put out something like that and be like, "Oh, you ain't seen this?" Like it was so staged. It was so staged. That's what I'm saying. It was very calculated.
Oh,
That's all. You
it
can
was.
like you said, huh?
She been like the year she gave when she wrote on Mariah's poster and then
Oh
bought her
yeah,
that ugly picture new poster.
yeah,
The girl heavily messy, but
yeah,
that was definitely like let's get her for the
yeah.
camera.
Then
That's definitely what that
she
was.
gonna say, I shouldn't have shown you the video. I thought you had already seen it. I'm like, child.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk
You know
about
she already.
right. She had to, and we all saw it. Let's talk about Anila's event, the Rocky. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we talking about them showing the culture. They're basically giving us a big old spoon scoop of this culture and said, "Eat it," and so we ate it because we did. Anila, I like her. Now, this her getting involved with this Contessa and um, Toya thing is dangerous for many reasons because I just feel like if it's one person that I think Toya should leave alone, it should be Contessa. Not because she should be scared of her, but through history, she be letting her have it every damn year for the last 3 years. And it's like Toya just won't stop. They showed some footage in this scene about. I didn't know they argued about the shoes coming off. Did they show that in the episode?
I think that was something that wasn't filmed.
Okay, well, it was filmed, it
Yeah,
just wasn't shown. Cause I'm like, we didn't see them get into it at all at that party. So I think it was just some footage they didn't add. But that's why I was confused,
oh,
like why they kept making it a thing. Because I'm like, why they didn't show us that? It didn't seem
yeah.
like Contessa got into it with anybody at that first event. But go ahead.
Well, see, no, I thought it was. She said it was a Christmas party, right, or something. It was a Christmas party, and
Well,
Contessa would take a.
not that I'm talking about the actual showing of them getting into it this season. Remember, they kept flashing back to that was Damon's birthday party that they were into it because they had those masks on. I think yeah, they had those masks
Oh,
on. So that
Okay,
was
yeah, yeah.
the event of which it happened. That no, we don't know what that is. We hadn't seen it, but I believe that flashback that kept showing was of them with at Damon's birthday party.
It
Yeah,
was.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, um, but I'm like Anila, girl, you need to stay out of it because I basically what I was hearing and probably what Contessa was hearing is like, Toya's a good person. You don't know her, as if she ain't argued with her for 3 years. She know enough about her to know she ain't want she and it, like they said at the end of the scene, everybody ain't gotta be friends. We'll get to that too because I want to talk on that too. So, what were your thoughts on Anila? How she approached it? How she was trying to? Because I feel like the same heads up she gave Toya, she could have probably gave that Contessa, but I think Contessa didn't need that because Contessa was actually okay. I didn't think she really thought that was an issue.
So I think her intentions were good, but when she took Contessa to the side and told her about it, and Contessa was like, "I just want to get to know you and build our relationship." I
I
think she
love
probably,
that.
I think she should have just dropped it right there because at this point, Contessa already knows you're her friend, so now she's already on guard. So at the first chance she get, when she feel like y'all attacking her, she finna go in defense mode, which is what happened.
Yeah.
But I think she should probably left that alone. Like them girls ain't gonna talk. If they
But
do
she
talk,
didn't
it'll
bring
happen
it
on.
up though. It's, she didn't start the argument. I thought that she did, but in the episode, Toya was actually the one that was just like, because I think she was just like, Contessa was like, oh thank you, thank you for having me or whatever, and then Toya was like, yeah, I don't know how did you get invited? You don't really know her like that, and she
But
said it
then
with
that's
such
what.
ease.
But then Anila went on to say, "I think y'all should just talk," and that's where the contestant was like,
I was
we
looking at
good."
Simone. Simone was just like,
Shot her mouth.
the Easter Bunny
Her
was quiet, honey.
and Scott, contestant's husband.
He
He
always
said that he
quiet,
didn't know
child.
what to.
Everybody was quiet. It was
He
just like everybody's eyes was going left and right.
mine, mine too. But yes, I don't know. I don't think they ever gonna make up.
Yeah, and it's
Contessa
nothing. I
and
like that she invited them both. I think that I think what Contessa said was completely correct. Like I want to get to know you, and the fact that she even gave her a chance, knowing that she's friends with her and she don't like her, that's like to me that says something because she could have been like, I don't really fool with her like because Nene would have been like, I don't really fool with her like that, and you associated folks I really don't like. So I just feel
and she
like
would
it
have
was
skipped the party. Would have
she would have
skipped the whole
skipped the
party.
party. So for her to come and do all of that, I thought it was good. It didn't go. It went left. Toya was whatever, and the biggest debate within this was the whole thing. Toya was, and this is funny. So, how do you feel about people in current time when they be like, it's too much going on, COVID going on. Why we gotta, argue? How you feel about that? Because that's basically what Toya was saying. She was well, no. Contessa was like, why are we
Contessa.
doing this? COVID is out here basically. Like, I'm seeing folks die, and then on the other end, you got Toya saying, why we got to use COVID as this, like, that, like what they got to do with anything? Folks dying all the time. So, what's your thoughts on that?
So for me, I didn't get Toya saying that because she was like, my husband works in the ER, and basically saying she knows how serious COVID is,
Yeah,
as if Contessa's not a doctor herself.
yeah.
So if
Well, she's not
Contessa's
a
telling you,
doctor, but she does work
COVID,
around it. She's not. I will say he is in the ER, so he has way more exposure.
yeah, the Contessa, I think she still has the knowledge of how serious COVID is. So if she's
Yeah,
saying like, we got other shit going on, why are we sitting here arguing about this?
yeah.
I think that was a valid statement. But I think she really just didn't care to speak to Toya about it at all. COVID was just her way of blocking it out, and that's what Toya wasn't trying to hear. So
When
that's why she popped off like that.
when it comes to stuff like this, like I see both sides. Only because I'm the type of person like I agree. Like, is COVID going on? Whether you are in the medical field or not, like it's so much going on right now. Like I will say, the biggest at one point when it was like really bad, especially at this time. You got to remember they filming this when COVID
In
was
the beginning,
COVID was like crazy. There was no cure.
mm,
There was no we don't know. Everybody just dying. Nowhere. We barely had masks, barely had sanitizer, barely had tissue paper. So at this time, yes, I agree. Why are we arguing about anything like who going on? So I agree. But on the same side, on the other side with Toya, I get what she's saying because it's like I'm like a middle confrontational person. I'll say that. Like, but don't try to say, oh, COVID, like, no, trick. You tried it, like, you can get whatever's gonna happen. So I get both sides, but Toya was wrong in this case because she didn't start it. Contessa didn't start it. She started, and it's just like, Contessa was completely right in my opinion because she's like, I don't really have time for this. This timing is off. Like,
it was more so,
go ahead.
more so like, why are we? why are we arguing because I didn't want to take my shoes off? Why are we arguing about this? I
Yeah,
think that's what Contessa's whole thing. Like we got COVID and you mad because I didn't want to take my shoes off?
yeah.
So I don't know. I think Toya was
Well,
just
Simone
was she drinking?
said Simone was just like no. Actually, she seemed sober. She seemed very calm with it because she was like cracking up at the end. Um,
Yes, she was.
and Simone was just like, I think what she said, she was like, I don't really think it's about the shoes. I think she just feels like, she said that Toya
Yes.
feels like contestant don't respect her, and she don't respect her ass because Toya be a little immature when it comes to stuff like, in my opinion. Like, yeah, I'm not saying contestant's right. She's done and said some stuff, but everything she say, is it wrong? It's true.
I think based on their situations they had in the past, they just
Hmm.
don't care for one another.
Yeah,
But Toya likes to pick Contessa.
but I don't,
I
I don't,
think
I don't
that's what it is.
understand why she need to leave that lady
I
alone.
think
She need to leave her alone.
because at this point, yeah, because Contessa seemed like she on edge at this point,
She's been
and
on
that could be
edge.
dealing with.
Yeah, I would leave. She need to leave her alone. Leave that lady alone. When Contessa got up and first of all, she threw that napkin on Anila. I was like, hold up, bitch. That was not what it said. Now I get being upset, but the way that she did that, I'm like, that was kind of because she caught herself. She was like, baby. She's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. She was kind of getting unhinged there, and I was like, oh
She was.
shit.
I don't think she intentionally tossed the napkin on.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
she
I
was
don't
just
think
trying to.
so. But she still did it,
She
right?
still did it,
Because
and I don't
I
even
mean,
think she apologized.
the table was right here, and Anila was right here. So you dropped that napkin on my head. It's like
It was the
it's.
heat of the moment, but I don't think she apologized,
What
and
about
that's
with
why I was
her
like,
and the mom? What about her? So now that was I was kind of worried for that for Miss Mama because like she said, I'm sorry, I don't want to throw your hand because I'm a strong woman. If you remember last year when Mariah had Contessa's hand at that event and she wouldn't let
in
go
that
and
closet.
she snatched it off, baby, I know
I
Mariah's
remember.
hand is still recovering. It's probably still tingling because Contessa's a strong
Th-
strong woman.
Yeah, that's that military though.
She's an
You gotta
army
remember she was in
vet.
the military.
I agree. And
Exactly.
so I was worried for Miss Mamas. I was like, Anila, get you up. Y'all both of y'all. I said, no, 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 no. I'm like, girl, y'all need to leave this lady alone. Let her leave this Raquel. Cause she is I was worried. Huh?
But she left with class when they told her what she say. You just gonna leave my event like that?
She
Contessa
said,
said I should have came like that.
yeah.
I should have came like.
Yeah,
But
Anila
I
was
don't
doing
think
the
she
most.
expected to go crazy. Like,
She did. I think she was coming to. She had a little headpiece on. Toya was talking about a headpiece. I'm like, Toya, you got diamond studs in your little braid, crawfish ponytail. Like, girl, you think you turned it? Y'all,
I
they
know.
kill me on this show when they be trying to read fashion because nobody's really giving fashion. So, but they always talking about somebody can't dress, somebody's wig. They all they like the aunties. They ain't like the housewives of Atlanta or something. They ain't finna give us no fashion. They all it's like six Giselles. That's what I'm saying. Six Giselles on the cast. And
Yeah,
sometimes they give us a little something, but they don't. They not. We don't ever look for fashion. And so I'm like, when they read each other, like she was talking about the little thing. I thought she looked kind of Indian. I mean, I get what she was trying to do.
she put on her little black dress and her little Indian headpiece and showed up with a what? She had some roses, some flowers or something.
I don't
She
know.
came in peace.
Yeah, she
She
did.
came in peace, and she felt like she was attacked.
It
That's what
wasn't.
that was. That's,
She was attacked, and it was just like not only. She said that she felt like it was a setup. And
yeah,
I will say if I was Contessa, I wouldn't have felt set up, but I would have felt like, okay, like she knew I was coming. It'd be good if even though she didn't care, maybe a heads up that she was coming. That way, that because if she had gave her the heads up, I think that Anila, because she felt so strong about them making up, she probably would have gave her that in the heads up, and then Contessa would have probably not came, which would probably have been better for Contessa. And
but
oh girl,
she knows that that's Toya's homegirl, so she should have known that Toya would be there. I just don't think she expected for them to try to push a
well, no,
conversation, and I think
that's what
that's
I'm saying. I noticed if she would have gave her a heads up, she would have also tried to push the conversation because she seems so hung on it. Like y'all should be friends. Toya is sweet. It's like, girls, I know Toya. I've read her for 3 seasons now. I know her. She was my friend first.
yeah,
Like she said, you don't say. She said you'll get to know her yourself, something like that. She will.
yeah,
Obviously, they fall out. They fall out. They
I don't know if falling out, but she was hanging with the other crew.
No, I think they do
So
fall out.
if
I
they
remember seeing a
uh,
preview in the for the upcoming episode. She was Anila was coming at somebody. Now, it may have been Heavenly because Heavenly always hates new girls, but I think it is Toya. I really feel like it is too.
damn, I ain't seen that one. I ain't caught that yet. But
You
if she
gotta.
fall out with Anila, then Toy, you got some issues.
Anila was mad. Was like, why would you leave? Why would you leave my bed like that? I'm like, girl, please. It's hot outside anyway.
But her husband too. Her husband was he looked like he liked all that commotion though.
Scott.
He didn't look no, Neela's husband.
He did. He
He
was
looked like
giving.
he was
He
enjoying.
was like. He was
Yeah, he
giving a
looked like he
little.
was enjoying.
Child. I know them Indian family was probably like, what the hell is going on here? These women with these things on their head and came and showing out at our damn Rocky.
Did they calling each other petty bitches and all
Well,
kind of
Toya
hoes and
started
stuff?
that. Toya started that.
That's what
And she even said she was just like, you know what, I'm stop being disrespectful, and then it turned into petty bitches, and she just kind of she lost it.
I'm surprised to see Contessa cut up like that. Cause she
Really?
usually try to, yeah, cause she usually be real. She try to contain herself, but I think
When she threw that napkin,
she
she was
tired of Toy.
fine, but they kept trying to get her to stay. But she is tired of Toy. I'll be. It's like, girl, find you something else. Go home and help those kids with the schoolwork. Put that energy into that because that they need it.
She would much rather fight with Contessa. I can assure you that she don't want to do that homework.
She don't. She ain't do her own clearly. 4 and 5 childs.
Uh,
Well, I think that was pretty much the episode. The next episode, we they it seems like there's like a some kind of event where Heavenly gets into it with Portia, Toya, and Anila. So that's interesting. Heavenly always get into it with somebody, but I
Heavenly for you.
I love it. I'm gonna keep living for it. So with that being said, any last thoughts on the episode before we lead out?
No, I mean, like you said earlier, Married to Medicine, they always deliver.
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing Quiet on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy watching Contessa turn up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to next week because it looked like Heavenly finna get the mess going.
I'm ready
And
for
it's
Lisa
all,
Nicole and them. I'm ready for Lisa.
really?
I just it's go only because I know like she's not that interesting, but she don't mind. She had when she reaches her boiling point, she does snap back. And so I'm ready to see it. She gonna get into it with Heavenly. They ain't never liked each other since the buddy pass situation. So yes, I'm ready for it.
Well, no, I'm sure the season's gonna be good. Their season, they always
Yeah,
come through for us. So
yeah,
we gonna see.
that's true. So like I said, we're about to lean out. You will see Sammy again, of course. He's one of the rotating panelists for this show. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment again. I'll say it again, child, because y'all ain't doing it. Until then, we'll see y'all later. Check out the Real Housewives of Atlanta recap also on the channel. And we'll, like I said, see y'all later. Bye.